If you know me by now, you know that I love found footage horror. So today we're watching Horror in the High Desert. Because honestly, my list of available found footage movies that I haven't seen is getting slimmer and slimmer by the day. But that's okay, just because I have to search a little bit harder to find ones to watch doesn't mean that they won't be good. I think that's one of the beauties of found footage, is that you can be as low budget as possible and still really good. I of course know about as little as possible. I know this is like somebody goes missing and this is the evidence. And as always, I do have a Patreon where you can watch all of the full-length, unedited, uncut versions of everything we watch here on the channel, movies and TV episodes. Endless and eternal love to all of my patrons. Let's get into it.
Thank you for being a friend.
Aliens. Am I right? You give me a desert and a missing person. Aliens. Unless we're in Australia, then it's Mick.
I can't imagine what Gary must have been going through.
He said that the longer he stood and looked at it, the feeling of dread, the sixth sense that he needed to get out of there.
Looked at what? At the desert? Beverly Hinge's actual 911 call.
I'm at my brother's house.
What is your emergency?
My brother, he's missing. He went on a hike and he was supposed to be back.
Girl, and you're just now calling?
What is his name?
Gary Hinge.
Dead. Age deceased.
In July of 2017, Gary Hinge vanished while on an outdoor excursion in Nevada. The bizarre and grisly events that followed never reached major news networks. This film documents the weeks following Gary's disappearance. Oh, fun. Viewer discretion is advised. Fun! This is gonna be a blast. I can already feel it in my bones. Give me text on the screen, lie directly to my face and tell me this is an actual 911 call.
He had told me that Gary was 2 days late. That's not Gary. That's when I knew that there was something wrong.
Gary, get a better belt.
We both just kind of walked in each other's paths, started talking about trains.
Okay. We just started talking about trains.
I was working for the radio station NNN. According to everyone else that was hearing about it and recording about it, it had just gone cold.
It's so realistic. The amount of news stories that we just never hear about. There's just too much in the world. There's too many people in the country. So it feels like it could be true, doesn't it?
So Gary loved the outdoors.
Super smart, but definitely private. He kind of just kept to himself in his room, on his computer.
On his computer doing what? Looking up what? Conspiracy theories about aliens?
Kept to himself in his room making his videos.
I mean, the whole train thing is pretty adorable. Nice coexist shirt. Coexist with aliens.
So he mostly just kind of was more, solitude.
And he read weird shit on the internet and thought that he would go investigate. I'm a journalist myself, thank you. Taught by Gail Weathers herself.
He loved to be by himself.
Gary and I are kindred spirits. I don't like to be by myself out in the wilderness. I'm way too scared of animals much larger than I, but I do like to be alone.
He loved trains.
Yeah, and I'm not obsessed with trains.
Hey guys, filming another little YouTube video.
But we do have YouTube in common. Gary, are we long lost siblings?
They do some cool stuff though, like you can sleep in this old caboose.
I love Gary.
And you know how much I love trains on top of hiking. Gotta do something in the wintertime when you can't be outside as much.
I don't want to watch anything bad happen to this boy.
I asked him where Gary had gone to. Simon didn't know. His roommate didn't even know. He just knew that he was on an expedition.
Okay, I don't like it. Listen, Gary is too sweet. I signed up for this. What's wrong with me?
Cool secrets I have in the wilds in Nevada is this cemetery from
Gary, do not mess around with this.
graves, wood stones unmarked.
It's neat. It's also giving me the heebie-jeebies.
My truck's on the other side of it.
Gary.
I wouldn't say what Gary was doing was hiking. These were multiple day survival excursions.
Oh, God.
When Gary was much younger, second grade, Gary disappeared from the campsite.
Maybe if he has a history of it, maybe we keep a closer eye on Gary.
We came up to a sheep herder's camp, and there is my little brother playing with the animal.
Okay, I love Gary. I feel like we should make sure that we impart in him how important it is to make sure that other people know your whereabouts. Go on your survival excursions, but don't make them be a mystery to your loved ones.
And then when their parents did pass away, she was stuck still raising Gary. And so she held quite a lot of resentment against him.
All right, suspect list and underlined at this point.
But Mom and Dad like to do some night fishing. Gary had moved it.
Oh no.
they didn't make it back because they hit the rocks.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a icky, sticky tough one. You can definitely see where the resentment comes from.
Actually went out with them on one of these things. Kept on finding these 1800s abandoned mining.
Oh no.
This wasn't a normal search and rescue. Gary didn't tell anybody where he was going.
Clearly that's a trend. And I don't know why we couldn't have some talks with him about this.
Being my brother's roommate, not even asking where he was going to be. You know, he had his dog and everything.
I don't like the way she keeps trying to place suspicion on the roommate.
Gary had confided in me that him and Simon weren't getting along very well.
She really is trying to paint this picture of Simon as the villain. And why are we doing that? Unless we are the killer.
He never told me where he went hiking ever.
Simon can be suspicious, I get it. However, Gary has a history of doing this. If no one else has taken up the responsibility of trying to make sure we know where he is at all times, why is Simon suddenly responsible? That doesn't make sense.
I was embarrassed that I didn't know exactly where he was at. You know, I'm his sister.
You're my number one, girl. Until some aliens show up, I'll feel bad at the end. I'll feel bad at the end if I'm wrong. I'll take that. Truthfully, I think there's something out there and we're going to have his footage from his cameras and it won't be human at all.
And then the phone call came.
Uh-oh.
They'd found Gary's truck.
I mean, not helpful considering we already know he'll just walk over any mountain range he sees.
And I got such a sinking feeling.
That he was buried in your backyard? I love being suspicious of everyone.
I really had hope that we were going to find him okay.
Oh, that's actually heartbreaking. Oh.
Wasn't Gary. It just, something wasn't right.
Do we think that somebody put his truck there? Oh, the investigator. Okay.
I was hired by Beverly shortly after Gary's truck was found. The high desert, as you can see, it's very beautiful.
The pacing of that was so funny.
We very much needed to find Gary as soon as possible. Beverly, on the other hand, was very much in their way.
Beverly!
People think you can just get up in the air in a helicopter.
He could also be in mining tunnels. He might not even be on the surface.
There's abandoned mines.
Yeah.
Look at all you guys. Jeez, they all ran away from me.
Oh, that actually gave me goosebumps. I thought there was going to be somebody standing there. The sheep weren't running away from him, the sheep were running away from something else. Ew, that made me feel icky.
I was very much familiar with the lead investigator. He told me that they had made a discovery in the truck.
But the officer asked me if Gary had any enemies.
Besides Beverly, I don't think so.
In confidence, they told me that Gary did not drive his truck out there.
Is there blood in the truck?
Had discovered prints on top of Gary's footprints, bare footprints.
Bare footprints.
They were scarred and unidentifiable.
Aliens! Maybe.
Oh, look at the little baby deer.
These shots are making me fucking anxious, guys. I can't... Did Gary just get on a train? Is that a possibility? I think we need to take a quick break to just know I'm obsessed with this. It feels like a real documentary. I love it.
Gary had been talking to someone that he met on a Facebook Messenger group.
Oh, no.
They became more than friends. He told me that he didn't have anything to do with Gary's disappearance.
Do we believe that?
I guess I did believe him.
Oh, okay.
Ultimately, when I did check out his alibi, he was cleared.
Oh, all right.
Done chasing sheep around like a crazy person in the mountains.
Gary!
The coolest and my favorite personally is all the Native American remnants.
I love him! As time goes on, I'm getting increasingly more suspicious that whatever happens is not human.
Across an envelope in his center console. It had his rent money in it.
You're not planning on going anywhere.
Wasn't there to take his money or
that. I mean, yeah, it means that the barefoot person was not intentionally stealing from him. And Gary himself had plans to pay rent. And I think if you make plans for the future, you plan to follow them through, right? So the disappearance was not intentional.
And they were informing me that they called off the search. I'm not comprehending anything.
Yeah, I don't know what you would do in that scenario. That happens all the time. what would you...
Next thing I know, I'm on a stretcher.
Okay, well, now I feel bad for being shitty to Bev.
Had to give me hydration and IV with medicine that helped me sleep. And
Oh, I feel bad for her. I take everything I said back.
The chances of finding him, slim to none.
But then
What? But then what?
Gary's followers started calling.
Gary's what? Oh, right. The train community. Or I guess the survivalist community. Had he been live streaming?
He's telling me that I have to look into Gary's blog.
Oh, here we go, baby. Here's the juicy shit.
all these people are calling into the radio station, Gary's blog, and the fact that it needs to be read and that there's comments and everything.
Unfortunately, Beverly found out about Gary's blog hours before we did.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Beverly. I felt so much sympathy like 2 minutes ago, and now I'm pissed again.
Not a single person in Gary's life knew about his blog. That really says something if you think about it.
Does it? I mean, maybe it does, but like I support Gary's introversion. I don't think that's that weird.
It was called Don't Hike with Headphones.
What dangers are there out here? Yeah, there are rattlesnakes at the lower elevation. You might have noticed I don't hike with headphones or anything on, so I can listen for them.
I love him. Let's get to the juicy meat of the story.
Like the latest videos
Yes.
that he had posted.
Beverly, stop touching shit, girl.
And they're saying, I bet he found it.
Oh, here we go. The conspiracy part, or like weird mysteries.
They're saying he found it and something bad happened.
And then came Gary's now infamous video post.
Oh no. Only known screenshot. Did Beverly get rid of it?
Just the way that he described what he was looking at, how terrified he was, it
What? Tell me.
really scares me.
Y'all, fill me in, please.
What I saw changed everything.
Somebody show it to me. I'm gonna lose my mind. Though honestly, it's a great setup to be like it to tell you how scary it is and not tell you what it like does make it scarier.
He was 3 days into his expedition and he started to smell smoke in that. And he was out in the middle of nowhere.
Across his cabin.
Guys.
And it's not, like a nice cabin, kind of like a homeless type of structure.
Or like a witch's abode.
He said that the longer he stood and looked at it, the more spooked that he got.
He talks about how he was so scared he slept with his shoes on.
Is that what the notifications we're talking about? The whole like he found it?
He wakes up the next morning and there's footprints and they're bare.
Oh. Did they delete the fucking videos? What the hell? I wish I could see them. Can't we use the like Wayback Machine or something? And
To see Gary's followers turn on him, that blog was everything to him.
oh, did they make fun of him because he was scared? So he had to go like prove himself or like show? Oh no.
Well, go back. Take video. Show us this place.
That breaks my heart.
They don't believe that he came across this.
This is what happened to him. Like maybe if he had not felt the need to go back, he would be okay.
It broke my heart to read the comment. He was nothing but a lonely loser.
Oh.
Hey guys, just walking through the woods here. A lot of people ask what I would do if I got lost back here.
I'm not kidding. These little vignettes of his footage freak me out.
I'm just kidding. You don't want to eat cow shit.
No, I don't, Gary. Thank you.
During all the frustration and the upset and everything,
Beverly, you pissed me off.
I accidentally deleted it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. She pisses me off.
Gary's final video is truly haunting.
Gary's last video,
That we can't see because you fucking deleted it.
it's the last time that he ever posted anything or anybody heard from him.
Okay, well, I feel bad for her again. My anger purely comes from the fact that I would have liked to have seen it. Okay. I don't have to be mad anymore. Here we go.
Wanted to make a video about the different comments people left on my last video.
I'm nervous.
I'll go out there, find the shelter again, and I'll need a good 6 days to be out there again.
Oh, Gary, I'm so sorry that the internet bullied you into this shit.
That's the last video of Gary. He could be anywhere.
But what about all the notifications that were like, he found it? Like, what spurred those to happen? There has to be more footage.
Conspiracy theories were just everywhere. Witches to aliens.
Me? I've actually said all of these things in the last hour.
We are back with a break in the case of missing hiker backpack was discovered by a couple camp.
Oh, here we go.
What they found inside has sent a shockwave through the state.
Show it.
Gary's belongings were in there,
Yeah. Yeah.
as well as a severed hand.
Oh.
Gary's hand.
Oh. Oh, Gary. Oh, holding the camcorder? Oh.
His hand had been severed for more than 5 weeks.
I mean, yeah, I guess he would have found whatever he found and then immediately died, probably.
I was gutted by the fact that he had suffered.
Yeah, this does actually make me really sad because Gary is so sweet. Whatever happened is gonna be bad.
The memory chip was still in the camera.
Show me!
It was truly terrifying to watch.
Bill, I'm not sure you have a single emotion running through your body.
Bill started the first video and there was Gary shining his light around.
Y'all, I'm gonna need you to stop talking to me about the video and show me the damn video, please.
And then Bill finished watching.
Partial footage from Gary's last excursion was released to Beverly and the general public in hopes of turning up leads.
Hey guys, a little video update. Climbed over one mountain range already, got one more to go.
I don't want anything to happen to him, but I know it does.
Already distinctly smelling the smoke.
And you're still a day and a half away?
Kind of getting creeped out, but not as much. Look for another video update soon.
Gary's final night. In an attempt to stay undetected, Gary ventures out in total darkness, relying on his infrared camcorder, which emits a light that is not visible to the human eye. Are we ready? Are we actually ready? I don't really know that we are. Not this night vision shit. It's too quiet. It actually, like, I feel nauseous. I do. What is it? What? Gary, I need you to not look down and look back up. Don't ever do that again. Stop it. I'm uncomfy. Thank you.
Alright guys, getting closer.
I actually do not Hello? Fucking cold sweats. This is not... This is exactly what I wanted. I want to shut it off. I don't like it. That's a fucking witch.
Wow.
What do you mean, wow, Gary? No, don't zoom, Gary. What is that? Why was it so close? Oh, I don't think that we can do this anymore. Let's go back to where we didn't have the footage. Stop that shit, Gary, please. My palms are so sweaty. And this is when everybody was like, he's found it, he's found it.
See everything else.
Why do I act so brave? Ever? I'm not. What is that? What's up? What is that? I don't like it here. I don't like it. I'm gonna die. This isn't funny. I hate that we turned this on. I need it to stop. That whatever it is knows you're there, my darling. Night vision camera or not. To get the fucking black screen out of my face, please. Oh. Ah! Okay, we're moving slowly. I'm okay with that. Gary. Oh my god! What the fuck? Gary, don't be willy-nilly with the bullets, boy! I'm sweating and I'm nauseous. You know, it's not so scary when he's got a light in his hand, because now we can see him. You stay up. Gary, can we leave? This man's got a fucking machete. It's getting closer. Oh, the machete explains why Gary doesn't have a hand. Gary, honey, I don't know why we have to keep filming the trees. I can't see shit through them. I need you all to understand that that was like 20 minutes of that. It's not going to feel that way. It's going to feel a lot more condensed. I need you to know that it was just like 20 minutes of mostly silence and dark.
You could tell that they have a lot of physical deformity.
I'm glad it's over, babe.
It's probably one of the main reasons why they chose to live where they lived, shunned by society.
I'm not going to have sympathy for the people that just killed Gary. It's not happening. Beverly became too emotional to finish her interview. She would like us to thank everyone who helped search for Gary. Good touch, actually. I really like that.
The great thing about Nevada, wide open spaces.
Despite stern warnings from law enforcement, 17 social media accounts and channels were actively searching for the structure and person seen in Gary's videos during the course of this production. That's very fun. One specific group claimed to be on track to locating the structure and revealing the man seen in the video. They vowed to produce their findings by 2022. Is there a sequel? That's actually fun. I like that. Honestly, that was everything I kind of wanted it to be. As a documentary style found footage, solid. The concept is believable, the structure was fun. I was hooked into the premise and the concept and wanting to find out what happened to Gary. And it was fun that they kind of teased all these different avenues that might be what happened, you know, there was Simon was suspicious, Beverly was very suspicious. They did a good job of creating multiple possibilities until giving us the answer. And that that final bit from Gary's footage was so much fun. I do think that perhaps it could have been better without kind of revealing the guy. I think it would have been scarier if there had only ever been noises coming out of that little cabin structure. Some of the fear and terror subsided once you saw, the person. Seeing the monster is never as scary as imagining the monster, because whatever they put on the screen is never going to be as horrifying as what you can conjure up in your brain, because it defines it. I think it would have been stronger had there not been a person, had it just been the creepy cabin and the darkness and the noises.
Just see those sleigh bells jingle and ring, tingle, tingle.